Hey there, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope all is well with you today. So this is your reading if you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's a general reading, so just take what you need from it and leave behind what you don't. Simple. I've got this lovely Light Seers tarot deck to find our general energy, our general focus of the reading. We'll pick 3 cards for that, and just quickly, just a little backtrack. This is just an open reading. It's a timeless reading. So whenever you come across this, it's for you. Yeah, so whether that is around the time I'm filming it, of February 2025, or another time, it's relevant to you. So give these a little bit more of a shuffle and we'll find 3 cards to find the general energy, general focus, theme, whatever you want to call it, for the next few weeks. I've got 1 card thrown itself out already. Right, we have, to begin with, the Lovers card. We have the Ace of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so the Lovers. The Lovers is all about connections. It's all about close connections with intimate others or with somebody that you just feel really, really deeply connected to. We've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like new passions, new potential passions arising in some way. It could be between, you know, yourself and another person. It could also be something that really lights your fire. So something that work-wise that brings you satisfaction, or a project or a hobby that you're working on that's going to really inspire you. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, she is very comfortably off. She's very abundant. She vibrates at a very high frequency, attracting all the lovely abundance towards her. So let's have a little bit of a look and see what's been going on with you in your recent past, Sagittarius. We'll get 3 cards and we'll have 3 clarifiers, and we'll see what's been happening with you. Then we'll get some current energy and then future energy, and we'll see where that takes us. So we have the Hanged Man in our recent past, the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, clarifying 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Okay, recent past. We've got this lovely Hanged Man energy. The Hanged Man is all about seeing things from a different perspective. About, you know, maybe you've been looking to find the answers to something, and you have been really waiting patiently, because the Hanged Man has been hanging there on the tree of knowledge for a good old time. He's been waiting for enlightenment, and now he sees things as they really are. And so, you know, he's been very patient. And so you may well have been waiting for a long time to begin to see things from a different perspective, whether that's conscious, whether that's subconscious. It will be subconsciously for both, for some of you, that maybe you've not actually been prepared to look at the reality of something, and then things have started to shift and you're starting to see things from a different perspective, and it's opening the world up for you. I actually think it's bringing back some balance in your life. I think maybe you've been juggling the energies, been juggling a situation for a while, and I think now you're beginning to see things from this whole new perspective. Things are going to start evening out, and the balance is going to start returning, and you're going to feel in a much better place and in a much more positive place, able to move forward in a better way, because you have brought back balance into your life, and this has all started because, you know, you've been open to looking at things from a different perspective where maybe you haven't in the past. We have this 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, in our next placement, and this is you moving into a better frame of mind, into a better, more calmer, more peaceful place mentally. And I think that has come from you being able to look at things from a different direction, from a different perspective, and you're bringing balance and more peace back into your life because of it. And because of that, you're then able to start looking forwards, start looking to what's next. It's opening the world for you because you're feeling more peaceful, in a better place generally. Because when we feel more settled mentally, we generally, life feels better, doesn't it? Because I think, you know, the energy starts to shift. We're not sort of causing blockages by having sort of, you know, low vibrational energy. We're lifting ourselves into a higher vibrational state because we're feeling, you know, mentally better. And then that's opening up the horizons to us. It's giving us the opportunity to grow, to expand, to move forwards in a much more positive way. So I think this is all stuff that's been going on for you in your recent past. I'd love to know if it resonates with you, if this, you know, sounds like it's for you. Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to read your comments, so it'd be really nice if you could pop me a comment down below. Also a thumbs up if you like the reading, and if you want to become part of this lovely little community that I'm trying to grow, a subscribe would be amazing, because then that helps me to grow and it helps you to keep up with your readings every month and all the others in between. So next card, the Five of Cups. So this is a feeling of loss. It's a card of loss. It's a card of grief sometimes. And when things start to shift, when things start to move, which you have clearly been doing in your recent past, there can often be a feeling of loss because you're having to move away from something and leave something behind. But the Five of Cups for me is always a card of gratitude. And it's a card of being grateful for the things that are coming in that we maybe not seeing, because we've got in there in that Five of Cups, he's got his cups falling over in front of him and he's too busy focusing on what he's lost rather than noticing these two cups in the background still standing. And so it's really important to take a step back, to look at the bigger picture, and to actually see the cups that have gone and they no longer serve you anymore, and then to notice the two cups that are still standing up, and they're the things that have come in to replace those other three cups. And so you've still got something to work with, you've still got something really positive to move forwards with, but you know, you're not seeing it because you've not taken that step back to see that bigger picture and to feel the gratitude for the things that you actually have got going on for yourself right now, or in this recent past energy. We've got the Five of Cups clarifying that, and that's inner conflict. So maybe it is, well, it's not just inner conflict, it can be outer conflict, but in this case it's inner conflict. And I think you may well be feeling that push me, pull me energy of you know, of maybe feeling guilty about the things that you've lost, you know, the things that you've moved away from. That's maybe been a natural progression. But also excited about the new things that you've got going on in the shape of those other two cups. So I think it's like this conflicting energy of wanting to move forwards, but maybe not feeling quite ready, or feeling guilty about, you know, letting go of the things that you've perceived to have lost. So I think maybe you found yourself in this real quandary of energy. I love that word. I don't think I used it right there, but never mind. I got a chance to throw it in there. And it's, you know, it's felt quite unsettling for you because you really want to be excited and positive and happy, but at the same time you're feeling this sense of loss, this sense of grief, this negativity, this lower vibrational energy. Hopefully moving forwards that's going to have left. Sorry, I'm just looking up here at your general energy, the cards that we chose at the beginning, and maybe the Lover's card. Maybe this stuff that you've had going on has been relationship related, and you know it is always quite difficult, you know, regardless of which, you know, whether it was by choice or not, of letting go of somebody or something, you know, a friendship or a relationship. And there is that sense of loss, and I can imagine the inner conflict about the situation. Anyway, it'll be something different for all of you, but I think for a chunk of you, it's definitely going to be relationships, a relationship of some description that you've sort of walked away from, moved away from. Okay, let's find some current energy for you, Sagittarius. Oh, the Ten of Cups just threw itself out there. The Empress. The Eight of Swords. Clarifying the Fool. The Four of Pentacles and the Lovers, another Lovers card. So, I do think it's quite relationship related. And again, you know, it's somebody you're very close to, somebody you're connected to. Doesn't have to be your intimate other. So we've got this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is having happiness, stability, all the things that you need to feel safe, secure and loved, joyous, all those lovely things. So beautiful energy to start off in this current energy, and hopefully you're feeling that at the moment you're in that Ten of Cups place. And I think this has come because obviously you've moved away. We've got that six of swords card there, and that as I said, that is the card of moving into calmer waters. And I don't actually think it just means figuratively. I think it's physically as well. I keep getting that. It keeps nagging at me in the background as I'm talking. I think, you know, this is something you have mentally moved into a calmer place, but I think this is a card of movement as well, of a physical type. And I think there has been some shift for you physically, whether you have moved jobs, whether you have moved home, whether you have just physically distanced yourself from somebody. But whatever that is, whatever it is that's happened for you in your recent past, it's really opened up so much more happiness for you. And we've got this Fool card as the clarifier, and that's just taking a leap of faith. So I think you've taken that leap of faith, and you're continuing to throw yourself out there and to take a chance and to just go on a new adventure with happiness in your heart, with the sun shining down on you. You know, it could go, anything could happen, and it probably will. But I think, you know, you've got a new spring in your step, and you're feeling filled with more contentment and more joy than you have done in recent times. We've got the Empress as our next card, and she's a really creative card. She's a very loving card, very nurturing card, and she brings things to life, a very fertile card. And I think you are in the business at the moment of creating and growing something new. Something new. So again, it could be a relationship, it could be a new home, it could be a new business. And I think you're sort of being led by your intuition along the way, really. She's very connected to herself. She's got filled with that lovely yin energy, and I think, you know, she is leading the way, following her intuition. She wants to create something, to bring something to life, to birth something, and she's using her intuition to guide her on that journey. Probably the same journey that you're taking the leap of faith in. Obviously, the fool's journey. You know, your new journey is involving something that you are bringing something new to life in some shape or form. We've got the Four of Pentacles there, clarifying that. And now the Four of Pentacles is all about holding on to things too tightly. But I actually think I've just had the word protecting. I think you've got to be careful that you're not overprotecting your heart, that you're maybe opening yourself up to new possibilities, to new opportunities and new adventures in your life in this current energy. I think it's very easy to hold tight onto what's the word I'm looking for? To being overprotective about yourself, overprotective and just holding on too tight to that, and sort of guarding yourself a little bit too closely. Maybe this, it's coming from a place of fear. Maybe you've been hurt with something in the past. But I think you've very much guarding something a little bit too closely in this current energy in regards to bringing something new to life. So it could be, you within a relationship, maybe you found somebody new and you're just holding back a little bit more, and you're protecting your heart a little bit too much. The Four of Pentacles is really all about opening yourself up, letting things go, making space for something new. So yeah, you are setting off on a new journey. You've got the new, lots of love and happiness and all this beautiful Ten of Cups energy around you. You're taking that leap of faith, just going for it, seeing where things go, trying to birth something into life, bring something into life, but be careful not to hold onto your heart too tightly, or anything too tightly, as a matter of fact, and just let the energies flow through you, because that's the only way that you are going to that things are going to move forward in a positive way. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords here. Now the Eight of Swords is all about a self-imposed restriction. Do you see there? She's in a jail, a prison of swords that is only like half a semicircle, so it's not going to keep anyone in. She's loosely bound, she's loosely blindfolded. At any point she could get out of that. She's in her own internal mental prison. And this happens when we hold things in our head and we overthink things and procrastinate and overanalyze, and things just ping pong all around our head, and it just goes round and round and round, and it just ends up tying us in knots. So there's some of this energy, I think, going on with you at the moment. I think it's relationship related. We've got that Lovers card there. So again, whether that's you going into a new relationship, you ending an old relationship, or within a relationship that you're currently in at the moment that's having a new lease of life, there's something that you need to talk about, that you need to get off your chest, that you need to say out loud. Because when we say things out loud, things lose their power and things become clearer, because we can see them in front of us when we say things out loud. Even if we say it to somebody else, if we say it out loud to ourselves, things start to become a little bit clearer. Whether it is somebody listening to you and saying, really? Do you have you heard yourself? Have you heard that? You're not being serious, because you've created this completely other version of reality in your head, because you spent too much time with it bouncing around in your head. Or you can actually see it for what it is when you say it out loud or write it down. So I think a conversation has to be had with somebody that you're in a close relationship with. Again, doesn't have to be intimate other, but I think there's something that you've created, a reality that you've created in your mind, and it's not the actual truth. Sorry, I keep getting drawn up here to this Ace of Wands card. Ace of Wands is about reigniting your passion, and I don't generally say that card is not generally about relationship passion for me, but I think it is here. And I think whatever's going on with you in your current energy, it's reigniting your passion for somebody at the moment. And I think if you can have that conversation with somebody about the stuff that's going on in your head, then you can maybe start to rekindle and bring back that passion back to life within that relationship. Again, doesn't have to, when I say that, it doesn't have to be intimate other. It can be friendship, it can be work colleagues that you just lost your spark and you're just not feeling it with each other. But a conversation definitely needs to be had. Right, I'll stop waffling. Let's see what's going on in your future energy, Sagittarius. Let's see what's happening. Going forwards from before the end of the next sort of month, 6 weeks. Excuse me if you can hear Ruby barking. I think my other half has just returned home. And obviously, you know, the guard dogs are out. She's only about that big. Right, so moving forwards, we've got the 3 of Cups. We've got the 2 of Wands. We've got the 4 of Swords. We've got the 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, the Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so it's looking good. We've got the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is all about celebrating. Celebrations with your nearest and dearest. Celebrating happiness, celebrating contentment, celebrating just really good, nice times moving forwards. So I think, you know, whatever's been going on in your current energy, it's now, you know, hopefully you've sorted things out with that Eight of Swords card, and you're finding yourself in a better place. I think that's the case because when you've been having this conversation with your significant other, whoever that may be, we've got this 2 of Swords card. That's all about making a choice. Making a choice maybe that you've not been prepared to look at before. And that's clarifying the 3 of Cups. Obviously, 3 of Cups celebration. 2 of Swords is about making a difficult choice, an emotionally related choice. And yeah, it may be a choice that you've not been prepared to look at before, but now you are in a place ready to make that decision, make that choice, and you're being celebrated. It's a joyous occasion. It's only going to bring you more happiness, more contentment now that you've made that choice. And I think that making that choice has freed you up to yet another 2. The 2 of Wands. Now, the 2 of Wands is moving towards your joys and passions. You have the world in your hands there. There's no restrictions on where you go. Where you go from here on in. Now you've made that difficult decision. You are then opening up yourself to a whole new world. He's literally got the world in his hands. He can take himself wherever he wants to go. You know, if he wants to move towards the things that make him happy, towards the things that bring him contentment, that bring him passion, that bring him satisfaction, he can. It's all there waiting for him. It's up to you. Now you've freed yourself up making that choice. Moving forward, you have got options. It's up to you where you take it. I've got the Hierophant underneath here. And the Hierophant is all about restriction, about not necessarily restrictions, but about living life in amongst set rules, you know, within a set of boundaries. And I think those boundaries are opening up for you. It's now time to step outside the box, to step outside the boundaries if you so wish. You don't have to stay in the set of rules that maybe or the routines that you've created for yourself in the past. They too can start fading away because, you know, you're moving forwards. You're really, really moving towards your passions. You know, the things that light your fire, that give you inspiration, that make you feel excited and give you that zest for life. And if that means breaking free of old ways of living, old routines, old boundaries, old rules and regulations, then so be it. That's what needs to happen for you to move towards the place that you want to be. We have this Four of Swords as our next card, and that's all about resting. It's about resting, meditating, maybe thinking things over a little bit. It's going within. And so, you know, you've got this two energy going on in your future, this making decisions, making choices. I think you have to spend some time really figuring out what it is that you want. You know, I think sometimes it's easy to stay within those boundaries, within those rules and regulations, those set routines that you've had forever and a day, because we know where we're up to. When things start opening up and you realise that you've got some freedom and you can go over there, or you can do that, or this is opening up for you, it can be quite scary. It can be quite overwhelming, in fact. And I think that you are going to need some time to readjust to it, have a little bit of a reset, a mental reset, in order for you to then move onwards. I think you may well feel quite overwhelmed before the end of this sort of 6 weeks, because I think a lot shifting in this time. You know, you're setting off on this new adventure towards your happiness. You've moved away from something. And you've had to do some figuring out of stuff and some, you know, deep chats with people, and things have really shifted. And then you've got these choices to be made before the end of the next few weeks. But I think if you can spend that time really resetting, rethinking, just taking your time to really think things through, and maybe even just take a little bit of a mental break, you're going to be in a place where you are bringing all the good things towards you in life. It's, you know, we've got this Queen of Pentacles up here in the energy, the sort of your theme, your energy of this reading, and she's in the placement of your future energy. And then we've got that Ten of Pentacles. And I think if you can sort of reset your mind a little bit and prepare yourself for stepping out into this whole new adventure, you are going to be bringing a world of abundance towards you, Sagittarius. Because we've got that Ten of Pentacles, that's the culmination of all of the Pentacles, 10 of them: stability, security, abundance. Then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. She's a Queen manifester. She's vibrating at such a high level that she just draws things towards her without any effort. You know, see a pentacle there, it's almost like a side note. She's not really looking at it. She doesn't have to put any effort into drawing it towards her, because she's just naturally vibrating at that really high frequency. And I think if you can get yourself in that space where you're feeling less overwhelmed, and your vibrations lifted, because you're feeling like the weight of the world is actually off your shoulders, because you've made the choices that you've needed, and now the only way is towards your passions and your joys, then all this lovely abundance is on its way to you. It's flying towards you without any effort. But I think you've got to go through a bit of a process to actually get there. I think, and it all started with you being prepared to look at something from a different perspective. And then that has just got the ball rolling, and you're starting to move into calmer waters, opening up your horizons. Yeah, having the inner conflict about, you know, the leaving things behind. And then you just stepped out into this lovely Ten of Cups full energy of just taking a chance, taking a leap towards your happiness. It's a really interesting few weeks for you, Sagittarius. Again, I'd love to know how it resonates with you, if it fits. And I do think a relationship of some sort is pivotal in, or central even, to what's going on here. And whether, that the relationship is work, family, friends, lover, it'll then sort of, play out in different ways for different people. But you've got some choices to make, some decisions to make. But I think if you work with the energy, the end result is going to be that lovely abundance, a lovely 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, manifesting everything that you need, bringing it all towards you with no effort, because you're just vibrating at that frequency. So I will leave it at that. I could waffle on forever and a day. I won't. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. And I will catch up with you again very, very soon.